News 25 is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, fire crews go head-to-head with a high-risk blaze, and NASCAR reluctantly takes a rain check. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
A fast-moving fire takes over an unoccupied home on Blosser Ranch. It's Monday, February 24th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, the state fire marshal has been called in to investigate two suspicious fires that occurred Sunday right here in Pahrump. We caught up with Fire Chief Scott Lewis at the Blosser Ranch Road structure fire.
We were dispatched a report of a possible structure fire in a 100 block of West Blosser Ranch. Upon arrival, we had heavy fire and smoke showing for what appeared to be an attached double-wide, a small double-wide attached to a larger double-wide. We had immediate exposure of a detached accessory building at the rear. We also had extension to the primary power pedestal. Crews arrived and we commenced a defensive exterior attack using multiple hand lines to suppress the fire. They were able to hold the fire in place. However, there was extensive damage done to the smaller double-wide. The fire was held and did not extend to the primary dwelling. Crews also commenced what we would call primary and secondary searches, checking for occupants. They did not find any. Thus far, the fire is considered suspicious since it's a vacant structure and there was no power to the property. We requested a deputy state fire marshal. They are responding with approximate ETA of an hour or so.
Well, just before that fire, a trailer burnt to the ground in the desert area off Blagg Road early Sunday afternoon.
Just around 1:30 this afternoon, we were dispatched for a report of an unknown type fire. As we were responding, we were notified that it was actually a travel trailer that was well involved in the area of Gemini and Doug. This is an area that backs up to a remote area of desert floor with no additional structures. Crews arrived to find heavy fire showing with extension to nearby personal property stored about the dwelling. The crews checked and commenced an interior attack, quickly knocked down the bulk of the fire with no further extension. They found that there was no occupants within the structure. It was deemed a suspicious fire and has been referred to the Deputy State Fire Marshal.
And an older female was transported to Desert View today complaining of neck pain following an accident. Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the cause of a two-vehicle accident that injured one woman this afternoon on Highway 160 and Basin Avenue. Traffic was diverted around the crash by Nye County Sheriff's Office auxiliary units. A female inside the compact vehicle was transported by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital. No one inside the other vehicle claimed any injuries at the time of the crash. And over 100,000 Nevadans took part in the Democratic caucus this past week. The Democrats say that about 3/4 of those who participated took advantage of early voting. That figure is up nearly 16,000 from the roughly 84,000 people who participated in the 2016 caucus. That is according to the Nevada State Democratic Party. With 100% of the precincts reporting by this afternoon, they say that Bernie Sanders has emerged as the winner with 6,788 county delegates. Well, you're invited to come meet two big-name stars and be part of a popular show. We need as many people as possible to show up for a major production that is happening tomorrow, Tuesday, at 3:45 p.m. at the Pahrump Valley Winery on Winery Road. Participants will be video recorded, and this show, they are requiring you to sign a video release waiver. Individuals under 18 years old must be accompanied by a parent to sign that waiver. The production and all details will be revealed at the event. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, air travel worldwide is expected to fall for the first time in 11 years. Angela Miles tells us why in today's Business First Brief.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, a major change in the immigration process starts today. Low-income immigrants who are on public benefits will be denied visas or green cards even though they are legally in the U.S. The president's new public charge rule favors wealthy immigrants. More than 250,000 people spoke out against the new rule. Air travel worldwide is predicted to fall for the first time in 11 years. Coronavirus is blamed and is expected to cost the airline industry $29 billion. Coca-Cola warns coronavirus will drag down its earnings. However, Coke still expects to make its financial goals for the full year. Business is growing at Deere. The farm equipment maker surprised Wall Street with strong earnings for the first quarter. According to the CEO, farmer confidence is showing signs of improving.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, after 3 weeks of testimony, the case that brought the Me Too movement to the forefront has concluded. Harvey Weinstein has been convicted of rape today in a New York courtroom. The former movie mogul was remanded into custody and is being transferred to New York City's Department of Corrections, where he will serve his time at Rikers Island. Weinstein was found guilty of criminal sex act and rape. His sentencing is set for March 11th. And this morning, mourners gathered at the Staples Center in Los Angeles today to honor the lives of Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Deanna. Wife and mother Vanessa Bryant gave an emotional tribute to her husband and daughter. She called her husband the MVP of girls' dads and shared moments of their love story. When remembering her daughter, Vanessa Ann said that Gigi would have made a huge difference for women's basketball. NBA legends Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jordan gave tearful speeches talking about Kobe's legacy. Jordan said that when Kobe Bryant died, a piece of him died as well. Beyonce, Alicia Keys, and Christina Aguilera gave performances at the memorial service. Tearful crowds gathered outside the center chanting Kobe's name after the service. Well, aortic aneurysms are common. Doctors see about 3 million cases each year. What's not so common is a young pregnant woman having one. Today, Erica Foreman introduces us to a new mom whose heart is mended after an aortic aneurysm threatened her and her unborn son's life.
Baby Felix is on the move. He's a good distraction for 29-year-old Casey Shannon.
It's starting to feel outside like it did when I got my diagnosis, and I'm very like, okay, everything's fine. Like, okay, I gotta make sure that everything is okay this time. I'm not pregnant, and I'm like, my heart's not going to explode. We're okay.
Last winter, more than halfway through her second pregnancy, doctors at Cleveland Clinic discovered Casey's aorta was bulging with a balloon-like aneurysm due to a rare genetic condition called mosaic Turner syndrome.
She was at risk of rupture. The plan was to try to pull it along as far as we dared and then have it delivered with cesarean section.
About a month later, Casey's aneurysm grew larger and Felix was delivered early by C-section in a cardiac operating room.
I wasn't able to pick him up at all at first, and I was like, I'm going to hold him. And they made sure that I got to. It was like a day or two before I went in for open heart surgery.
1 week after delivering, Casey's aneurysm was repaired. But a week after that, she was back in the hospital with a life-threatening blood clot in her lungs.
It was a lot, but you kind of just do it. You kind of go on autopilot and do what you have to do.
Felix spent 7 weeks in the hospital, giving Casey time to recover. Now, fast forward 1 year, Felix has just celebrated his first birthday, and Casey is fully recovered and extremely grateful.
They kept telling me that it would have been catastrophic had I not, like for both of us, had I not gotten it caught and dealt with the way that I did. So, very thankful.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
Well, baby Felix is crawling and meeting milestones, and Casey's condition will be monitored into the future. Dr. Pedersen encourages women with heart problems who wish to start a family to seek out an experienced medical team to care for them before becoming pregnant. News 25 will return on the other side of this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back. at 775-727-9500.
Well, most of you know that Michael spent the weekend where he loves to spend his days best, and that is at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Unfortunately, I think he took the weather with him, because race fans continue to hold on to hope Saturday for the clouds to part and the rain to cease. Instead, the race was pushed to Sunday. Here's Michael with a full report of this weekend's events.
Over the weekend, NASCAR made their way out west for the second stop on the schedule in Las Vegas. Teams unloaded early Friday morning for a full day of practices for all three divisions and a qualifying session for the Truck Series. Friday night, Strat 200 was a milestone for NASCAR, as the Gander Outdoor and RV Series would hold its 600th event at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Johnny Sauter took the pole position for the night's event and led the field to green, but an early caution for the 19 of Derek Kraus slowed the action on lap 2. Not long after the restart, Vegas native Kyle Busch took the lead and never really looked back, winning both Stage 1 and Stage 2 nearly effortlessly. A couple more cautions in Stage 3 slowed the action and took out Grant Enfinger and Busch's teammate Rafael Lessard. However, nothing was able to slow down Kyle Busch as he took the win in that dominating rowdy fashion. Saturday was a day of rain. Canceling all the morning on-track activities, everyone was uncertain if the Xfinity race would get in. After a short rain delay, the Boyd Gaming 300 did go green that afternoon. Much like the previous night's truck race, early trouble for Daniel Hemrick put the field under caution on lap 19. Chase Briscoe would dominate and win Stage 1, and right on cue, more rain came as the caution flew to end the stage. The cars were brought down pit road, and the race was red flagged. The rain continued to pepper the racetrack throughout the remainder of the day. Eventually, Mother Nature won, and NASCAR postponed the Boyd Gaming 300 to Sunday evening. When Sunday came, the rain had gone, leaving clear blue skies perfect for racing. The early caution trend continued into Sunday when the 96 of Daniel Suarez stalled at the initial start of the race. Once the race went green, Kevin Harvick dominated the opening stage, but it was Chase Elliott who found the Stage 1 victory. Stage 2, well, same story. Harvick seemed to dominate the opener of the stage before pit stop scrambled the field, and once again, it was Chase Elliott finding the Stage 2 victory under caution when rookie Christopher Bell spun and crashed off turn 2. Stage 3 once again saw Harvick up front, but was regularly contended with Penske teammates Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano. Elliott was steadily making his way back to the front when a cut tire ended his chances of winning. A late caution with just 6 laps to go set the field up for a wild finish. As Logano took the white flag, contact behind caused an accident that brought out the caution for a final time, ending the race. For the second year in a row, Joey Logano and the Pennzoil team had won the Pennzoil 400. About an hour later, the Xfinity Series cars were lined up for the conclusion of the Boyd Gaming 300. The race resumed on lap 55 for the beginning of Stage 2. For Chase Briscoe, it was a new day, but the same domination. Briscoe led the opening half of Stage 2, but a caution shuffled him to third, and Justin Allgaier won the stage. Justin Allgaier and Austin Cindric shared the lead for the majority of the final stage. Ryan Sieg also threatened to win until a late race caution reset the field and put Chase Briscoe right back in the mix. Briscoe took the lead with roughly 30 to go and never looked back, winning the Boyd Gaming 300. With another exciting weekend all wrapped up until NASCAR returns in September, I'm Michael Donohue for News 25.
Thanks, Michael. You did get a little bit of a weather report in there, though. All right, well, today Darby introduces you to Boo Boo, who has been at Desert Haven for some time and needs a forever home.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Boo Boo. Boo Boo is a 2-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier mix. He's all black. He has a big white mark on his chest. He is a huge dog. He has a lot of energy. He's very muscular. He loves to play and wrestle. He definitely will be with a family who has a yard and time to play with him. He's so sweet, though. He's been here for much too long. definitely come and see him and all of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society. They're on Seary Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. And just a reminder that they do also have free adoption fees for veterans, active and retired military. And then they also do have senior programs where senior citizens over the age of 65 get free adoption fees. So he can qualify for those. Desert Haven Animal Society also offers sponsorship. So someone can actually sponsor his adoption fees, because Boo Boo here has actually just had his 1-year anniversary of being in Desert Haven. And he's too sweet of a doggy to go and be sitting in a shelter spending his time here. He just wants to find his forever home.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
I think Ubaldo was going to take Boo Boo home. I saw him. He wants that dog. Anyways, let's take a look outside. I know that we've got a little bit of red rock, Pahrump High School, some of Mountain Pass up there at Mountain Springs going on. Beautiful skies. What change in weather from this weekend? We'll have more from the desk with your weather report after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
All right, before we go to weather, we're going to tell you about a case that we've been following. Well, new charges have increased the bail amounts for 4 suspects in a child and animal abuse case.
In this week's court report, 4 child sexual assault suspects remain in custody on various increased bail amounts, facing new charges following their arrest. Now each await their upcoming preliminary hearing. 39-year-old Eric Garcia, 49-year-old Vicky Bockley, 39-year-old Mickey Cagle, and 50-year-old Danny Hicks are facing a slew of charges after police say 4 children, ranging from ages 5 to 9 years old, told Department of Child and Family Services investigators that they were being sexually molested by the 4 suspects in this case. Garcia is now facing the formal charges of abuse, neglect, or endangerment of a child, 3 counts of sexual assault against child under 14, bestiality, lewdness with a child under 14, porn involving minor, possession of visual porn of person under 16, and 2 counts of use of minor under 14 in porn. Bockley is now facing the formal charges of 2 counts each of sexual assault against child under 14 and incest. Cagle is now facing the formal charges of 2 counts each of sexual assault against child under 14 and lewdness with a child under 14. Hicks is now facing the formal charges of 2 counts of sexual assault against child under 14 and bestiality. During their forensic interviews, the children described numerous sexual acts involving Garcia, Cagle, Hicks, and Bockley. The children also said that they were given alcohol that made them see stars and feel sick. Police arrested Garcia, Bockley, Cagle, and Hicks. Notably, detectives executed a search warrant to include an RV on the property that was identified as Cagle's residence, and evidence was found that reportedly corroborated one of the young victim's disclosures. Also notably, all 4 suspects have open search warrant case charges in Justice Court. Each suspect has a preliminary hearing scheduled on the Justice Court calendar for 2 separate days, February 27th and March 5th. This has been your court report. I'm Unette Gentry for News 25.
All right, well, let's look at our weather in Las Vegas today. High of 69, low of 46 tonight. Death Valley 83, 53. Amargosa 71, 42 tonight. Beatty, high of 67, low of 41. Goldfield 55, 30. Tonopah 53, 27. Carson City and Fallon both 58 today. Low of 28 in Carson City, Fallon 25. Fernley just down a tick at 57, 30. Here in Pahrump, sunny skies with your high of 69 degrees. Winds of the north-northwest at 16 miles per hour with humidity at 17%. Sunrise 6:20 this morning. And tonight, clear skies with your low of 42, winds out of the north-northeast at 11 miles per hour, humidity 29%, and sunset 5:33. And we're looking at our 7-day forecast shows Tuesday and Wednesday with clear skies with your highs in the mid-60s and your lows tonight 37 and Wednesday 41. Clouds coming a little bit Thursday and Friday a little bit heavier with your highs of 72 and your lows of the mid-40s. Saturday, we're getting some wind coming in at 13 miles per hour out of the south with a high of 73, a low of 46. Sunday going down in temperature there with winds out of the south-southwest at 16 miles per hour, dropping down to 62 degrees with your low of 40, and just one more down a little bit more there on Monday. 59 degrees is your high, 41 as your low, and winds still out of the north at 13 miles per hour. Some cloudy skies going on there. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From all of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night.